It is unacceptable that Palestinians are risking their lives for food. That from the UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, as he called for an independent investigation into the killing and wounding of scores of Palestinians near a US-backed aid centre in Gaza. Today's Gaza's Civil Defence Authority saying 24 more Palestinians have been killed this morning as they waited for food after another 3 were killed yesterday and 31 on Sunday. Well, we're going to cross to Jerusalem, talk to our correspondent, Noga Tarnopolsky. Noga, even after these comments from Guterres, another incident being reported in the last few hours. I mean, it is the third now, isn't it, in 3 days?
It is. And interestingly, we have to note that the UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, doesn't even mention Hamas, the terror group that is still somewhat ruling in a gangland-style way in Gaza. The Israeli army claims that its forces have had to shoot in the air when confronted with Hamas-armed militiamen threatening those civilian Gazans who are coming to try and get aid at these new distribution centers for which Israel has just very recently taken responsibility. But, you know, international aid organizations, including those linked to the UN, have said for a long time that, for weeks, that the fundamental problem with this Israeli model for distribution is that it will concentrate thousands of people together in a crush where they have to come in order to get not just food, but also medications that they desperately need, and that makes them a target. So even if an independent investigation or even an Israeli army investigation ends up showing that what the UN Secretary-General said is correct, it is the responsibility of the Israeli army, that is the occupying force right now in Gaza, to ensure that people can get food safely. And that simply is not yet happening, and we're seeing it in daily incidents that are repeating themselves with very little explanation thus far, substantial explanation from the Israeli army.
Noga, it comes as well, doesn't it, as Israel's military says 3 Israeli soldiers have been killed in the latest fighting with Hamas.
That's right. And this is, again, an indication that this very long war, by far the longest war in Israel's history, that is dragging on, is costing a price to Israelis as well. Yesterday, on 2 or 3 occasions yesterday, I can't keep track, there were air raid sirens all over the country. Houthi missiles were launched at Israel, and they were intercepted by anti-missile batteries. But also a few rockets were launched from Gaza at southern Israeli communities. Very few, but still it is enough to rattle the whole country. And as you said, 3 soldiers were killed in an explosion. We haven't heard all the details of the incident that killed them. But again, it is an indication that as long as this fighting drags on, civilian Gazans are paying a price, a very heavy price, and Israelis, both civilians and conscripted soldiers, not to mention the reservists, where many doubts have begun to be expressed about this entire enterprise of this war, everyone continues to pay a price. The one group that seems to have been able to rebound after Israel decapitated all its leaders is Hamas, that continues, at least in its ability to do this kind of guerrilla warfare in Gaza.
Noga, thanks so much. Noga Tarnopolsky joining us.